When people think of the best Pokemon out there, they tend to think of legendary Pokemon. This is understandable as the games and the anime make it seem like all legendary Pokemon are really powerful. However, that is not the case for all legendary Pokemon. There are plenty of legendary Pokemon that are mediocre or just plain bad. Some legendary Pokemon such as Articuno and Regigigas have even been featured in my Worst Pokemon series, which shows you that not every single legendary Pokemon is a good Pokemon. Sure, there are some phenomenal legendary Pokemon like Mewtwo and Lugia, but are there any non-legendary Pokemon worthy of being featured in the best Pokemon series? The answer, of course, is yes, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video and this title would be something different. And the first non-legendary Pokemon to be featured in the best Pokemon series will be Mega Gengar. Now, the way this will work is we take a look at some good Pokemon, discuss what makes them so good, what their flaws are, and if they are the best Pokemon overall or the best Pokemon in a specific category. Each Pokemon will be rated on a scale 1 to 5 based on their offense, defense, versatility, move pool, and overall viability. If a Pokemon excels in some of these categories, then it is deemed to be a pretty good Pokemon, not necessarily the best Pokemon. And if Pokemon excels in pretty much every single category, then it is deemed to be one of the best Pokemon out there. If you guys want to see a specific Pokemon featured in this series, make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know which Pokemon you want to see. But please only recommend Pokemon that are actually good, as this is the best Pokemon series. And please do not recommend Pokemon I've already featured in a past video. If you guys want to see all of the best Pokemon videos to see what Pokemon I've featured thus far, check the playlist, which will be linked in the description. And of course, if you guys want to support the channel, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So to give a brief overview on Mega Gengar is a Ghost and Poison type Pokemon with the ability Shadow Tag as its only ability. Mega Gengar has a stat line of 60 HP, 65 attack, 80 defense, 170 special attack, 95 special defense, and 130 speed. These stats make Mega Gengar a fantastic special attacking Pokemon, and the ability Shadow Tag prevents non-Ghost type Pokemon from switching out, which helps Mega Gengar get a lot of kills. There are plenty more positives that Mega Gengar has, but let's start off with the negatives first. So for the first negative, and this is typical for every single Mega Pokemon, you cannot have a held item because you have your Mega Stone. Obviously, it's not the worst thing in the world because generally speaking, most Mega Pokemon are good, but it still is a negative to not be able to hold an item. Mega Gengar is also relatively frail. It's not the frailest thing out there. It does have okay defense stats, but it's not going to be capable of taking too many hits. Regular Gengar also lost its Levitate ability in Generation 7, which hinders it a little bit because obviously you have to send out a regular Gengar and click Mega Evolve. This isn't the worst thing in the world, it just makes it a lot harder for you to switch it on ground types because you can't just freely switch it on Earthquake, be immune, and then Mega Evolve. Being a Ghost type is also a little bit unfortunate since you are so vulnerable to Sucker Punch. This is definitely a bad thing if you're running a full offensive Gengar. But if you're running a full support Gengar, having a Sucker Punch Pokemon against you isn't the worst in the world because you can just go for a move like Taunt or Will-O-Wisp and completely avoid the Sucker Punch. And now for the positives, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I didn't even list here. 130 speed, you are a fast boy. That is a great speed stat to be. You're going to outspeed a lot of things. With your 170 special attack set as well, you're going to get a lot of kills and you're going to be a lot faster than everything. You also have a fantastic special move pool. You have so many moves. You have Dazzling Gleam, you have Shadow Ball, you have Thunderbolt, you have Icy Wind, you have Giga Drain. You have a lot of good moves here, which is great. You also have good support moves on top of that. You have Taunt, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have Pain Split, you have Shadow Tag as an ability, not really a move, I guess. But to complement Shadow Tag, you have Destiny Bond, which is great. And the last positive is, like I mentioned, Shadow Tag. Great ability to have. It's banned to Ubers in Smogon for a reason. And speaking of Smogon, we have Smogon's first recommended set. We have Gengar with the Gengarite. Of course, you have to be a regular Gengar holding the Gengarite to Mega Evolve. Ability, Curse Body, that's pre-Mega, of course. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid Nature, Focus Splash, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, and Sub. Now, you can pretty much interchange these moves however you want. The first three, you can put any coverage options you want. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. You can throw a Thunderbolt on there if you want, Icy Wind. Sub is great, though, because it does help you defensively since you can take another hit because you're behind a sub. And if you really want to, of course, you can just run a standard 4 attack stat if you want. That'll help a lot too, although you will lack on the defensive end a little bit because you won't have the protection of a sub. And next up we have Smogon's Utility Set. This is a set that I actually kind of like a lot. This is the same, very similar as the other Gengar in the fact that it's Timid, Max Special Attack, Max Speed. However, this one has Taunt, Destiny Bond, Focus Blast, and Shadow Ball. This is very good. Taunt is great when you're a fast Pokemon, as you know, because you can prevent Stealth Rocks, you can prevent a lot of other status moves. You have Destiny Bond, and since you have Shadow Tag plus Destiny Bond, that is so good because they can't switch out unless they're a Ghost type, meaning if they kill you, they will die as well. And now moving on to the ratings. For offense, I will give Mega Gengar a 5 out of 5. 170 special attack backed by an 130 speed stat with Shadow Tag will make it very hard for your opponent to live hits. Shadow Tag also helps since it prevents switches, making it a lot harder for your opponent to send out Pokemon that can take hits from Mega Gengar like a Chansey, as they'll pretty much have to sack something off in order to get another switch in. For defense, I will give Mega Gengar a 2 out of 5. Now, Mega Gengar is not a defensive Pokemon by any means, but it does have access to moves like Will-O-Wisp and Pain Spell to help it defensively, as well as defensive stats of 60 HP, 80 defense, and 95 special defense, which are just mediocre. They're not horrible. I think a 2 out of 5 is a pretty appropriate rating here. For versatility, I will give Mega Gengar a 4 out of 5. Mega Gengar is actually a pretty versatile Pokemon, capable of being an all-out attacker, a substitute attacker, a support Pokemon, a Perish Song Destiny Bond trapper, or even a Trick Room setter. Although its speed stat isn't the best for Trick Room, it's still an option. There's quite a few things you can do with Mega Gengar, making it one of the most versatile Megas out there. And for Movepool, I will give Mega Gengar a 5 out of 5. Like most Generation 1 Pokemon, Gengar has a fantastic Movepool, which of course translates over to its Mega form. You have Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Icy Wind, Dazzling Gleam, and even Giga Drain, just to name a few. On the support side, you also have access to Taunt, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond, and Trick Room, which give you many more options to run on your Mega Gengar. And for viability, I will give Mega Gengar a 5 out of 5. Mega Gengar is just a fantastic Pokemon, and it's in Ubers for a reason. Shadow Tag is such a powerful ability that when combined with the speed and power of Mega Gengar, it makes it a huge threat in any format. Mega Gengar was even a threat in past VGC seasons as well, as although switching isn't as common in VGC as it is in SMOGON'S singles, it is still pretty good to prevent your opponent from having the option of switching, which allows you to get some nice cheeky KOs. Destiny Bond is arguably better in VGC as well, as on Mega Gengar, if you have Shadow Tag and you have Destiny Bond, the only way they can get rid of you or switch out is if they kill you and sack off one of their Pokemon. And of course, since Mega Gengar is so strong, it's really not too hard for it to get a kill prior to falling down from Destiny Bond. And that is Mega Gengar. Let me know what you guys think of Mega Gengar in the comment section down below for a chance to have your comment featured in the next Best Pokemon video, like this comment right here. Personally, I think Mega Gengar is one of the best Mega Pokemon out there in either format. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a good rest of your day, leave a like if you enjoyed, I will see you guys next time, and bye bye.